in the co-main event, of course, we have got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson up against Gilbert Burns. Now, of course, Gilbert Burns comes off that loss at UFC 260, 258, of course, against Kamaru Usman. And, he got knocked down in that second round. He had very good success in that first round, of course. He rocked Kamaru Usman, but of course he got a little bit excited, a little bit too ahead of himself, and, he tired out, and, Kamaru Usman then caught him and, viciously put him away. So it's going to be interesting to see how Gilbert Burns comes back from that loss. Of course, he come back from losses prior to that, knockout losses prior to that as well. But it's going to be interesting to see, how that magnitude of that fight in the Apex, his first title shot, of course, against a former teammate, it's going to be interesting to see how he returns into an atmosphere, one with fans, but of course, that first one after a big knockout can always be a bit more tentative. He went first a lot of the times in that first round against Usman. If he goes first in this bout, how's he going to react to, to Thompson, who's a fantastic counter striker, a fantastic point striker in that karate stance? So you could see maybe the same thing happen again, or you could see Burns maybe hold back 10% this time and maybe look to go second, which in that case could still work out good for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, because of the fact that, Thompson, he's so good with that in and out nature. He can take it 3 rounds and not take any damage, just like he did against Vicente Luque, Jeff Neal, etc. He's really still at the top of his game, even though he's 37, 38 years old. He's still at the top of this division, and many people want to see him get a title shot. Should he get the win tomorrow? A lot of people, well, at the moment it's Colby Covington getting the rematch against Kamaru Usman later on in this year. But if, Wonderboy gets a finish, or 30-27, 30-26 ballpark sort of decision win, he could very much put himself next in line for the title. Obviously, you've got Leon Edwards that still deserves a title bout, but after Nate Diaz performance, he dominated for 4.5 rounds and almost got knocked out. So I think while he deserves that title bout, I think there'll be more push for Thompson to get the title fight than Leon Edwards. Should Wonderboy get the win tomorrow. Of course, if Burns gets the win, he's coming off that loss to Usman, so it opens up between Covington and Leon Edwards, with Covington probably getting the rub of the green on this one after that win against Tyron Woodley. So it's a tough position to be in for Leon Edwards tomorrow night, win or lose for Wonderboy. To have a quick look at the course at the tail of the tape, we've got 19th throw against 16th throw on 1. 5'10", you got a 2-inch reach advantage, or height advantage than Wonderboy, and you got a 4-inch reach advantage there as well, throwing a 2-inch leg reach advantage as well. Let's not forget, Gilbert Burns was originally a 155 and not so long ago, so he's come up to 170. Looked great at 170, knocked out Damian Maia, beat Tyron Woodley by decision, of course. So he's put in some great work, and obviously he was meant to fight Usman in the middle of last year. Unfortunately, he caught COVID. That fight got rescheduled twice, and of course fought him at 258 in February. So it's his first one back. He did have a grappling bout in April against Rafael Lothato Jr., which he did win. So we know his jiu-jitsu is, phenomenal. He's got top-class jiu-jitsu, and should he get Wonderboy down, you might see him get a guillotine or a rear naked choker if he can get on the back of Stephen Thompson. But we see how good Wonderboy is in his previous fights. It's only that loss to Anthony Pettis where there's a definitive sort of loss on his record. Not many people thought he beat Darren Till. He put on a masterclass against Jorge Masvidal. He lost to Tyron Woodley in that majority decision before that draw at 205, of course. So, he's been on a fantastic run in this sport and in this division. That Anthony Pettis won, you could see Burns almost coming off of that sort of victory, that path of victory as well. Coming up against the cage maybe and landing one on Wonderboy. And getting that finish, you could see happening. But you could see, with the previous work with Masvidal, Vicente Luque and Neal, you could also see Wonderboy, going through the motions here and just putting on a perfect performance to get that decision win, or maybe find a finish of his own. But I do think if Wonderboy gets the win, I do think it does go 3 rounds personally, and we see the final buzzer for that fight. A fantastic co-main event or a fantastic card as well.